It's time to name this week's Eastern Utah Community Credit Union Athlete of the Week. And we've come down to Carbon High School, and we're going to talk with track and field star Gianna White. Gianna, it's great to chat with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Here you are now in your senior campaign, and I know there's not a whole lot left in the track season. It's kind of amazing how fast things have flown by. And I'm talking with Coach Jukes about you for the last 3 years. How's the senior campaign going so far?
Oh, it's going so good. I love the team aspect of Carbon High School. We always work together, and I just feel so blessed to have the team that I have.
How have you grown from where you're at now, we'll say, going back to your freshman year? Because I know you are a workhorse when you're out there on the track. That's what Coach Dukes has said about you for the last 3 years, that you're one of the hardest workers. So how have you seen growth in what you've been able to accomplish?
I think it's all my coaches. My coaches have kept pushing me. They never gave up on me, even if I had a bad race. They just always kept pushing me to the best I could be.
Well, let's talk about the events that you participate in. You got 3, and as we get to the home stretch of the season, I want to talk about all 3 of those events, your favorite, and what you look forward to the most. Let's talk about those events.
Okay, so I'm a 400 runner, and I have ran other races in the past, but 400 is just the love of my life. I am always willing to do other events if my coaches tell me to, but the 400 is my event.
Why is that? What is it that stands out to you about the event that you love so much?
So I actually did cross country in middle school, and so I've always been kind of good at the endurance side of it, but I am not a mile runner or a 2-mile runner, and so 400 is just kind of in the middle, so that's what I do.
I know that you're a part of a couple of relay teams that have had a lot of success as well. So tell me about the preparation in those relay meets, because you got to work as a team, obviously, right? That's a big deal, a little bit different than just running the 400 on your own.
Yeah, so running the medley is so much different than running the 400 by itself, because you really have to push yourself more because it's a team effort. Like if you fail, you give up on your team, like it makes the whole team kind of plummet. And so I think we always practice our handoffs and encourage each other every day at practice. So not only that I'm getting the benefit, but my whole medley team is getting the benefit of keep pushing and not giving up. So
obviously chemistry is very important when we talk about those relay squads. So how have you guys been able to develop chemistry? How do you guys work on that throughout the year?
So we're actually all friends, and I think it's just easier when you're able to you're comfortable talking to each other, because if you're uncomfortable, it makes it so much harder to even have fun. And so really you're just trying to have fun, get to know each other. And so since we've all developed kind of this friendship over the past 4 to 3 years, it just makes it so much easier to run a race together.
I do want to get your thoughts on the Eastern Utah Championships. We just had that here. You participate in 3 events. You take home first place in 2, second place in another. Not a bad outing, to say the least. You were pretty good. How did you kind of assess your performance at the Eastern Utah Championships?
So my first race was the medley, and obviously it was super cold in the morning, but just knowing that my team is there with me and we're supporting each other, and if I push hard enough, my teammate next is going to push hard enough. And so really I just did it for not myself but my team, because I knew that we needed the points, and if I didn't give up, I knew no one else would give up. And then my next event was the 400, and that is kind of more of a personal race, but knowing that I had my teammates next to me, Emma Bowman and Elsie Morley, just knowing that they were there with me, I could really gauge myself and push myself further. And then my last event was the 4x4, and we really just gave all that we had left, because it was 6:30 at night, and it is getting cold again, very windy, but just knowing that that's the last race and just give it all that you have left. So just really pushed myself there.
I know that we have a couple of big ones. BYU is still ahead. Region, State. Is there one in particular that you've had circled on your calendar? I think the obvious answer would be State, but it's got to be fun, Region and BYU as well.
So Region's actually at home this year, which I'm very excited about, because I don't remember the last time we had Region at home. So I think it will be a lot more fun, because we have family members, friends coming to this track meet, and I'm just really excited for Region this year. So
I do want to ask you about the student-athlete aspect, because student always comes first, right, when we talk high school athletics. What's it like being a senior at Carbon High School?
Oh, it's, I'm getting senioritis, but I really enjoy it, and I think missing so much school is very hard when it comes to track, but just knowing that I can use my Saturdays lately, because we don't have track meets on Saturdays as much anymore, I think that really helps to have a Saturday to myself. But
In talking with the coaching staff, Gianna, over the last few years, they've always used you as kind of an example, someone that puts in the extra effort. And so, obviously, you're a role model, you're a leader on this team. What's kind of the message that you would give the future track athletes as they come into this program?
I think that some days are going to be very hard, and it's hard to even put yourself out there some days, but just not giving up. Just keep pushing because, sometimes family members die or you have a friend break up or just something like that can really unmotivate you. But just knowing that you can give yourself basically to everything you have on the track, just not giving up. I just really push yourself because things happen, but as long as you know that yourself comes first in your life and just don't give up.
It can be a mental distraction for you, right? That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Gianna, thank you so much for taking out the time. Finish out this senior campaign strong, and it was a pleasure to chat with you.
It's a pleasure to chat with you.